invisible it girl. I know. It's been 8 months. 8 months since I last posted. Been 8 months of silence, 8 months of no explanations, no panic posting, no begging to be understood, no emergency announcements, and no proving. And somehow, everything still moved. Actually, it moved better because the most powerful season of your life will rarely look loud while you're inside of it. Sometimes your greatest transformation happens in rooms nobody clapped for. And sometimes the glow up begins in isolation. Sometimes your next level requires disappearing long enough to hear your own voice again. And that's exactly what happened. And honestly, this channel needed that. I needed that. You know what ruins a lot of dreams? Premature exposure. People announcing seeds before they become trees. Telling everyone every move, every manifestation, every plan, every idea, and every shift. Not because they're excited, but because they need reassurance. Some of you don't actually need advice. You need self trust. Because the moment you tell people that you're building something, they hand you their fears disguised as logic. They say, be realistic. That's too hard. What if it doesn't work out? That's too expensive. Everybody wants to do that. You're doing too much. Meanwhile, the vision wasn't given to them, it was given to you. That's why I say tell no one but your source. And your source is not social media. Your source is not validation. Your source is definitely not the group chat. Your source is the thing inside of you that already knows. Some of the best things that happened to me happened quietly, not because I was hiding, but because I was protecting. There's the difference. Luxury moves quietly. Real transformation is quiet. A woman becoming her higher self, usually very quiet. People think silence means nothing is happening. Meanwhile, you're rebuilding your entire identity. You don't need an audience for every elevation. And honestly, some people only know how to clap for versions of you they still have access to. So this time, move differently. Pray privately, build privately, heal privately, study privately, and most importantly, create privately. Then let the results introduce themselves. Because when it finally lands, people will call it luck, but you will remember the mornings that nobody saw, the discipline nobody applauded, the loneliness nobody understood, the version of you that kept going anyway. And that's the thing about becoming rare. Rare things are protected during development. One thing about people, time explains what words never could. And the older I get, the less interested I am in convincing anyone of anything. Because over explaining is usually emotional debt. But powerful people understand something. Clarity arrives later. Some people won't understand your boundaries until they lose access. Some people won't understand your silence until your absence changed the room. And some people won't understand your discipline until your results become undeniable. So why exhaust yourself in explaining a chapter people are committed to misunderstanding? Do you know how much energy women waste on trying to narrate themselves correctly? Trying to be digestible, trying to sound nice enough, trying to explain their intentions perfectly so nobody creates assumptions. And yet, people still create assumptions. So at some point, you realize I might as well conserve my energy. When you're in the middle of transformation, you look confusing. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna look inconsistent, distant, selfish, and delusional, specifically delusional, until suddenly you look successful. And then everybody says, oh, now I get it. Exactly. Later. Not everything requires a press conference. Some things are meant to live long enough to become self explanatory. Now, stop interrupting your evolution to provide emotional customer service. You are not a PR campaign. You are a person becoming. And honestly, the people meant for your life will understand your heart eventually. The people committed to misunderstanding you, they wouldn't even understand you if you had a PowerPoint presentation. So give it up. So, this is why you should allow yourself to be misunderstood. This changed my life. Allowing yourself to be misunderstood is one of the highest form of emotional maturity because most over-explaining comes from fear. Fear of rejection, being painted wrong, or losing control over perception. But the moment you stop needing everybody to get you, you become dangerous. Not cruel, not cold, but free. You stop chasing closure, you stop defending your softness, and you stop explaining your distance. And you also stop proving your intentions. And suddenly, your energy becomes heavier. People can feel when someone no longer needs approval. And honestly, mystery is not about pretending to be mysterious. Mystery is what naturally happens when you stop oversharing. Some of y'all need to go play that back. Actually, I'll say it again for you if you didn't hear. Mystery is not pretending to be mysterious. Mystery is what naturally happens when you stop oversharing. Some of you reveal too much too early. Your plans, emotions, triggers, insecurities, and your next move. And then you wonder why people know exactly how to manipulate your energy. Silence protects sacred things. And no, This doesn't mean becoming emotionally unavailable, it means becoming emotionally disciplined. There's a difference between authenticity and emotional leaking. Everybody doesn't deserve a backstage pass to your becoming. Sometimes the most feminine thing you can do is say less, not because you're weak, but because your discernment is elegant. The invisible it girl understands this perfectly. She's not loud, she's not begging for attention, and she's not constantly explaining herself online. And somehow, everybody still feels her presence. Why though? Because her energy travels. People can feel self possession. People can feel when someone has stopped abandoning themselves for validation. And the truth is, being misunderstood temporarily is a small price to pay for finally becoming aligned. Now, I need all my invisible it girls to come to the front. Yeah, you might not want to hear this, but it's our time now. It's our time to be visible. The invisible it girl was never invisible because she lacked value. She became invisible because she was refining. Remember, caterpillars disappear before they fly. And for 8 months, I disappeared. Not because I had nothing to say, but because I was becoming someone who presence says more. And now we're visible, but differently. Not visible for validation, not visible for noise, not visible for random access, but visible with intention. Because true visibility isn't about everybody seeing you, it's about the right people feeling you. I'm gonna say that one more time. True visibility isn't about everybody seeing you, it's about the right people seeing you. See, the invisible it girl returns differently because she no longer performs urgency. She understands attention is temporary, but presence is permanent. So when she walks into a room now, she doesn't chase the energy notices her. She no longer explains herself into exhaustion, no longer panic when she's misunderstood, and she no longer needs immediate recognition. She understands delayed understanding is still understanding. And honestly, a lot of women delay their next level because they're afraid of being seen evolving. But evolution is awkward. Transformation is awkward. The in between phase is definitely awkward. You have to let people witness the plot twist because one day the same people that question you will be the exact same ones admiring you. And that's why this comeback matters. Not because I disappeared, but because I returned without abandoning the version of myself I met in private. The invisible it girl is visible now, but she still belongs to herself first. So, if you're in a quiet season right now, and if nobody understands the vision yet, or if you feel alone and you feel like your life looks uncertain from the outside, if you're becoming someone unfamiliar even to yourself, good darling. That means movement is happening. Not every transformation needs a witness. Some seasons are meant to be protected until they bloom. And when people finally understand you later, smile because you already knew this. Now, welcome back to High Quality Essence. And remember these two things. Some things look invisible right before they become unforgettable. And also remember, in order to live a high quality lifestyle, you have to embody high quality essence. Smooches!